My wonderful grandchild. You know that I love to tell you the story of Mario, one of my students who started a landscaping business. Now, if you've heard it before, that's good because I want to reinforce the messages from Mario and his little landscaping business. Mario went and borrowed a lawnmower from a neighbor. That's all he had. He had the lawnmower. And he started knocking on doors in his neighborhood. May I mow your lawn? No, slamming the door in the face. Next, may I mow your lawn? 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 Mario went to, I don't know what he told me, 20 or 30 houses before one woman, Mrs. Quinn, said, yes, you can mow my lawn. So Mario went and mowed her lawn and did a very good job. And he made, at the time, $20. I don't know what you could make now, probably $50 mowing a lawn. But anyway, Mario mowed that lawn. Now you could say, geez, he spent hours knocking on the doors and getting rejections and doors slammed in his face and get the hell out of here or I'll call the cops or whatever people were saying to him. But in that instance, when Mrs. Quinn hired him to mow that lawn, Mario was in business. Mario had his own landscaping business. Now, what was good about this business? Well, you're in the lawn business. Well, what happens? Like haircuts or nails or, it just keeps growing. So Mario had an opportunity to come back over and over again. How often do you do that in a season? Maybe 15 times. So that $20 became $300. Now, Mario was also a smart kid, so he said to Mrs. Quinn, is there anything else I can do for you? And Mrs. Quinn said, oh yeah, I have stuff in the garage, I want in the attic, stuff in the attic, I want in the basement, blah, blah, blah. She had all these little projects for him, so he had all these little things to do. He made another $20. So from knocking on those doors and getting his first yes, well, he had a successful business. Now he had $40 that he made, and if he came back and did that over and over again, 15 times, well, that's $600. So now you're thinking about how numbers and how business works. Now, what else did he have? Mario had a satisfied customer. He did a good job. And Mrs. Quinn was like, oh, I wish I had a grandson like you, did all these jobs. My grandson said he's going to come up, blah, 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 blah. Mario said, you need anything done, Mrs. Quinn, you call me. Now, what else did Mario have? Mario was able to connect with Mrs. Quinn's network. So he asked Mrs. Quinn, all of your friends, would you allow me to contact them and then have them call you and you can tell them what a great job I've done because I'm trying to start this business? And Mrs. Quinn was only too happy to do that. Now, I can tell you that within a short period of time, this kid who one day said, I have the balls, I have nothing else, no money, no business plan, no nothing. I had a lawnmower, but what did he have? He had the balls, the nerve to knock on a door and say, may I mow your lawn? That's what he had. And he made that into a thriving business. And within a short 6 months, he had a truck, he had other kids working for him. It was an amazing story, but it's an amazing story that anyone can do. Why couldn't you do that? Why couldn't you ask people, may I babysit your kids? And then do a great job and then get into that network and have a thriving babysitting or nanny business. Whatever it is that you want to do, if you start thinking, you say, I'm a thinking person of action. What do I want? I want this to happen. How am I going to make it happen? And that's how you do it. One step at a time, one idea. And then, what was the key? I mean, the key was, well, the nerve to knock on the door, which most people can't do because they can't take rejection. After the first 5 or 6 slams in the door, they say, the hell with this, screw this, I'm not doing this. But it was the perseverance to see that through, and then what? Do a good job. Okay, he did a good job. And then what? Then ask for the repeat business. May I come back? Can I talk to your other friends? That's how a business is built. It's not that complicated. And Mario went on from that to be able to use that to buy some properties and, to become very successful. This little story is something that you or anybody else can do. You can apply it to your life and to your situation. And I want everything for you. So I want you to be that thinking person of action. So start thinking, well, here's what Mario did. What can I do?